Yo, Mafia, actually got some really bad news today. My TikTok shop got banned, all right? Luckily, this wasn't my shop that's doing like 15, 16K per month, which I've been documenting on this channel the whole time. This is a new account that I actually started up. I was partnering with somebody, got a very good start. Like we got first couple sales within like 24 hours of us running the shop. And then we got this message right here, this dreadful message up top that says account deactivated. And it pretty much starts off as them sending you an email. It'll basically say something like, hey, you know, we noticed suspicious activity. We decided to permanently close down your shop. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one going through this, because in my private Discord group where we talk about TikTok shop, a lot of people been getting their accounts banned too. I logged in just to see the details, and as you can see right here, they basically said, you know, we noticed activity from your shop that violates the TikTok shop policies. As a result, the shop has been deactivated. They give more details, but it's not really more details. It's just the same thing copied and pasted. Initially, I'm thinking this is just some AI bot, you know, detected that maybe we was listing products too quickly. We was getting sales too quickly from the time the store opened to the time it was getting sales. And it kind of flagged off as like suspicious activity. I'll tell you exactly how I went about appealing this, but I'll also tell you what the support said, because I end up trying to appeal this. As you can see, I put the appeal here. I put some images, right? The first one right here, this one failed. And then the second one, I'll tell you why we submitted a second one with an additional document. And I think that's actually gonna work based off of the conversation I had with the chat, right? So the first one, when you have these sort of suspensions, they're gonna ask for three things. They're gonna say, okay, if you're an individual account, we're gonna need a handwritten note with your shop name and shop date. And I'll throw in the shop code if you're gonna do that as well. And then they're gonna want an image of your ID card right next to that, right? So you wanna have a note, like a post-it right here with the, you know, shop name, shop date, and the shop code, and then have your ID right here, and then take a picture with your phone, right? That's gonna be one document. The other two supporting documents that they're gonna ask you for is gonna be one of these, right? So you can either provide a warehouse document displaying warehouse address, which most people won't have if you're drop shipping. They're gonna ask you for inventory invoices. You could kind of generate these if you go to, like, tell one of your friends to send you an invoice through Stripe or something. You could generate an invoice, right? Bank statements. I haven't done this method because it's not going to really show your business details on this. It's going to show your personal. So I guess you can do that if you are running slim on these documents here. You can also do an IRS document showing the registered business name and address. IRS document will be something as simple as an EIN document. And that's something you could get for free within like 5 minutes on the IRS website. So you could go ahead and do that. Again, just a disclaimer, this is not legal advice, all right? But the two that I decided to go with was the invoice. So I sent an invoice, my Stripe account, to my business partner's Stripe account using their warehouse name and address that's attached to the TikTok shop. That was the invoice, right? And then I had her go get a EIN number, right? I generated an EIN with the name of the TikTok shop, and she did it as like a sole proprietor. So once we had those two documents, and we had the document of the shop name and code and everything on the note next to her ID, we went and we uploaded that, and that appeal failed, right? But here's the interesting part. I need you to really pay attention to this, because this is what leads me to believe that this might actually work this second time around. So when I went to online support, because I'm like, we provided everything you asked for, why is it not working? So I went to online support. Basically, I had to pose as if I was my business partner. So we had a conversation here. I said, hey, I'm having an issue with shop suspensions. I believe my shop was suspended unreasonably. And then they said, hey, you know, I'm sorry you have to go through this. Not the type of experience we want you to have. I know the concern for our violations. I'll be more than happy to help you. Said I submitted an appeal with all the required documents, and the appeal failed. So she asked for some proof, and I sent the proof of the appeal page itself with the documents that I provided. And then I said I provided all the documents. And then they go, okay, thank you for this. Can I ask for a minute or two to check on my resources? I'm like, all right. They go and they come back, and they said that TikTok flagged you as a potential risk seller. So that's the actual reason. It's not suspicious activity or anything like that they tell you. They think you're a risk. Now I'm trying to find out what makes me risky. So I go ahead and I reply and I say, yes, I'm not sure why. I run a legitimate business and I provided all the documents. Can you tell me what makes TikTok mark me as a potential risk? I was thinking if I could identify what these things are, then I could get a good sense of the algorithm so that this doesn't happen again, and I could kind of give you guys some pointers when you go and start your TikTok shops. She says, may I know if you registered? Not really sure what that means. Do you immediately sync your account to a third-party seller like dropshipping company? I know that TikTok doesn't favor dropshipping, and that's what I actually do. Right, but I know that's not the reason why the shop got closed, because we only got 3 orders. We didn't even have a chance to put in any tracking information, so there's no way that they could have known we were drop shipping. Right, so I went ahead and I just replied, yes, I use CJ drop shipping, right, because I know they have a direct integration with CJ. So why would you have a direct integration if we can't actually use it, and you're just gonna mark us as a risk? So I went ahead and I used that as the reason. I said we use CJ dropshipping. My account was suspended before I can connect the integration. Right? Yes, I am a registered business. She says, okay, so you haven't done any order shipment with CJ using TikTok Shop? I said, not yet. My account was suspended as soon as I got orders. I'm unable to update the tracking. Can you restore the account so I can fulfill the order and avoid late dispatch? That was what I said, right? I'm trying to like cheat my way into having them appeal it manually. But then they go, okay, so this 2 order was just placed. Is this not associated with CJ dropshipping? I said, yes. I don't want to give the wrong answer, so I'm just kind of like going with it, right? And then she goes, okay, anyway, CJ dropshipping is listed as an allowed third-party seller on TikTok. Would you mind if I ask how many seller accounts you have on TikTok? I said, this is my only one. Based off of the line of questioning, I'm thinking they think that there's a few people out here making multiple accounts, and they're doing it under other people's names or, you know, fraudulently. And that's why they have these potential risk permanent ban. And then they go, all right, since you mentioned you filed an appeal, may I know how many appeals you filed? I put one only, but it was denied, although I provided all information. She goes, I understand your worries. Anyways, you can file 2x appeals in 1 violation. So at this point, you know, just copies and paste as usual. They copy and paste the reasoning and then put it over here. And I just said, all right, can you tell me what information was correct from my first appeal? Because why just submit the appeal again and get the same result? Can I know what documents you have provided in the first violation? So then I upload a picture of those documents. As you can see here, I uploaded the IRS document, the invoice, and the picture of the shop note and the ID next to it, right? She says, is this warehouse invoice listed on your registered address? I said, yes, the warehouse is the same address as the shop. She goes, all right, okay, thank you. Upon checking the documents you have attached also followed the required documents. So this is the crazy part, right? She goes, okay, thank you for this. Upon checking it, the documents you have attached also followed the required documents. So I suggest you refile an appeal, but attach a video of yourself holding that ID so that we have strong evidence that you are a legit owner of the shop. So the whole basis of this thing is they don't know if I'm a legit owner of the shop. And now they're going the extra step and saying, hey, you gave us all the required documents, but let's just get a video of you holding the ID next to your face like this so we know that you're actually a real person. I was a little frustrated, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, so you agree that there's no missing documents according to the appeal? And she says, yes, as written on the suggestion, that's the documents they need. But I suggest adding at least a video or selfie from you holding that ID so that the moderation team recognizes your legitimacy. And I kind of just go back and forth expressing my frustration. So I'm like, all right, I believe this is a bit excessive. I'll get that done, but it isn't fair since TikTok didn't ask me for that in the written instructions. They didn't ask me to take a picture of my selfie. Now they're asking for so much more sensitive information, by the way. I don't know if it's gonna come back as appealed, but maybe this could go ahead and help you. If you submitted an appeal and they denied your appeal, maybe try doing this exact same thing, because that's what I did on the second appeal, right? I submitted the same exact documents as I did in round 1, and I also included the face and the picture ID attached to it. I think that's pretty much the last step, and I don't know how they're gonna respond to it, but it's funny how they just said, hey, you provided everything we asked for, but do this too. And I'm like, wait, but you didn't ask me to do this too, or else I would have just done it the first time around. This is not an error on your side. I want everybody that's going through this, don't think that this is something that you did wrong. This is an error on TikTok side, and it's evident here through this chat. I kind of just I tried my best to keep the chat open, but as soon as I was gone for like a minute, she rushed and she closed the chat because she didn't want to deal with me, right? I'll see exactly how this appeal goes. Luckily, it didn't happen to my first shop, right? And that one is really producing some big income right now. But I know a lot of people been going through this with TikTok, so I just wanted to put this extra layer of information out there for you, so you have a chance at getting this appeal, because it's really not your fault. This is all on TikTok, so they got to definitely do something about that. I'll keep y'all posted on what happens with this one. In the meantime, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you on the next vid. Peace.